Guys, I'm just trying to get this set up real quick. Sorry, it's been a little bit. Guys, I'm just trying to get this set up real quick. All right, let me make sure that I have all of my comments here so that I can see you guys. And then I'm just going to get into what I'm here for today. Where are you? All right, I'm just going to breathe you in for a minute. I missed you guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, if you're watching this back later and it's not live, there's a couple of things that I want to go over first before we get into anything else. The energy of the last couple of days, especially concerning the videos that I've posted, is just, there's a need for massive healing right now. And so I've been sitting here for a little while, sending some Reiki. It's specifically solar plexus and sacral chakras right now that are being healed. It's trauma energy. It's the trauma energy, sexual trauma energy in the divine masculine that is hidden, that is unable to be seen. We, the divine feminine collective, the divine feminine polarity, are shining the light on that to help them to process it. And by them, I also mean us. The divine masculine polarity within us is calling for healing as well, too. So there is something that I wanted to read you guys because, hi Paisley, thank you. Paisley is going to be my moderator today. I'm a little bit discombobulated. I can feel you guys. I could hear you guys calling me. I could actually hear like chirps and birds tweeting, and I was like, they were calling for me. It's been way too long since I connected like this. So I miss you guys too, but I'm going to do this first, and then we're just going to get into, we're just going to answer whatever questions you guys have right now, and just kind of connect and share our light and share this sacred space with whoever wants to be here for the healing. So I've already set up, I've already created this sacred space. I want you guys to know that when you're here, when you're sitting in this place with me, when you're just wherever you are watching this on the screen, you are held and you are so supported and protected and safe anytime that you're here with me and with all of these really beautiful people. So just know that, especially if you're here for the first time. This is a place of healing today. And so if you are wanting the energetic healing, Reiki is available to you. It's already flowing. It's already on its way. You just have to set the intention that you're open to receiving it. And it's going to start, it's going to help to ease some of the anger that you have going on, some of the rage that is coming up from very deep, dark places. There's a lot of frustration. And today it feels like a lot of sadness. So I am supporting you so much. I sent a message to someone almost a year ago. It was something that I was guided to do. I had never really, just someone in the 3D that I know. I don't know if they're spiritual. I don't know if they know about me and how I like channel messages. But I was just guided to message him and give him this channeled message. And it was so interesting because it was one of the times that it was one of the first times that I had ever done that. And so I doubt myself, and I don't have that much confidence in it. I didn't at the time. And it was like, just fuck it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say all this stuff out loud, no matter what you think of me, no matter what it sounds like or how crazy I sound or whatever you might think. I don't care. I'm just following my guidance. And at the very end of it, he was like, I mean, a couple of the things definitely applied to me, but the rest, I don't think so. I don't really resonate with that. And I was like, what the hell was that all about then? Why was it so important that I mean, it just felt so important to get the message over to him. So he texted me yesterday randomly when I was talking to a friend of mine and healing some healing some of this stuff that we have going on. And right in the middle of it, he texted me. I'm like, all righty, everything is connected. What is this all about? And he didn't really have anything to say at all. But I scrolled back up. I remembered the very last time that I talked to him was when I channeled this message. And I hadn't really talked to him after that because I felt like I was doubting myself so much. I was a little embarrassed. Like, I was so confident in this message. If it doesn't apply to him. Anyway, so I look back up at it and it's a message that was planted there by me, for right now, and for you guys, and for the healing that the collective is doing right now. It was so, as soon as I saw the message, I just love how spirit works. So I wanted to read it to you guys. It's a little bit heavy, but if you are not in this place, if you're not feeling the sadness, if you're not feeling this heaviness, you're here because I need your help in holding the space for the people that are experiencing this energy. So yes, Paisley, yes. I went back in time. So I want to read it to you guys, and I'm just hoping that you're holding the space. Stand by Me is on right now. Also, by the way, thank you very much for that to the musical spirit gods. All right, I'm just going to read it to you. I'm also going to make a video about this too because there's other stuff that goes into this, but I wanted to read it to start the healing here today. I said, it feels like you're in a bad place right now. There's a very heavy energy surrounding you and it's starting to suffocate you. You put on a good mask for the people that feel responsible to keep an eye on you, but it's in your eyes. Whatever it is that's always been eating away at your soul is creeping back up again, and it feels like this is a warning. You don't love yourself. In fact, sometimes I think you hate yourself, and you live inside of the memory of the bad things that you've done in the past. This is the most important thing that they want you to know. I have chills right now. You can't fuck anything up. Every single step, every single word you say, every good or bad thing that you did in your life is meant to happen and meant to lead to the next one. In fact, you were guided to do all of those things. It's all part of the plan. You were chosen for this role because you're strong enough to bear the weight of it in order to have an enormous impact on the people who are not. You have a lot of light inside of you, but you won't let yourself feel it. You were placed in the thick of some of the most intense darkness in order to have an empathic experience and to live out your purpose. It all had a purpose. You were chosen for it, not because you deserve pain and not love, but because you are love. Now it's time to see that within yourself. Be proud of your journey. Be proud of the work that you've done so far, good and bad. And be grateful for the lessons you've learned and taught others along the way. And whatever darkness is being brought up for you right now is being brought up for you to face and clear out once and for all. I wouldn't be surprised if it was right around this same time of year that things like this have happened in the past. And specifically for him, it was just like 2 years ago tomorrow. I feel like there's a little bit of a message in that for some of you in here, for someone in here, maybe that tomorrow is an anniversary of something from 2 years ago. You can shift it. You can step out of that old template now that you're aware. You just decide. It's not you. You're amazing. And you're being asked to see that in yourself. There's another part that I sent him to that for me looks like the path to forgiveness, the words and the energy of forgiveness towards the trauma energy and possibly the person who was the perpetrator, whoever was the abuser, whoever the one was that imprinted you with trauma energy as they were acting out of trauma energy. I want you to remember that they didn't know any better and that they didn't know that they were operating out of trauma energy. They were not even in their bodies at the time. I know it's hard for a lot of you to understand or to connect with in that way because the trauma is so potent. But keep keep that in mind. It's almost like this channeled message was a message to that person in order to forgive them. And it applies to me too. So I am processing this at the same time. I went through this last night or the night before, I can't remember, and it all clicked into place and it just made so much sense. Forgiveness is the way to peace. 444 on my clock right now. So it's all about the pain. What is the purpose of the pain? Why do we need to be in the trauma energy? Why do we have to be in the middle of it? Why do we have to experience it? Why do we have to be in the middle of an empathic experience? Why can't we just have seen it as divine feminines or as just as divine beings? We are intuitive, just growing into our intuitive abilities, and we can see the connection to the trauma energy. Why do we have to feel it? Why do we have to experience it? Why do we have to be in the middle of the pain of it? And it's kind of like, this is the answer why. And the pain that the abuser was in at the time too is the same pain. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's what it is. It's going to trigger something in you to not to rebel against that, to not want to connect yourself with the same kind of energy, with the understanding, with the empathic understanding of your abuser. But it needs to be triggered in order for you to step into forgiveness. So here's an example of the purpose of that pain, not just for you, but for the other people too. When you fucked somebody over or were mean to them, it taught them a lesson about boundaries and what type of treatment they will allow in their lives. If you have not stepped into the energy of that understanding, you will be soon. It taught you a lesson, and they're wanting you to embrace those lessons in order to create boundaries around yourself. It helped protect them from someone much more damaging in the future. And they learned about trusting their intuition. You learned about trusting your intuition, whether you know it or not. It's time to let yourself off the hook. Forgiveness. You served a purpose in everyone's life, in everyone's lives you've come across, and they in yours. You, as the person who they abused, you served a purpose in their life too. If you look at each person that way from now on, you'll be shown the purpose and you can finally detach from the pain. And we get to redefine our reality. This is how we step out of being the victim. This is how we step out of being defined by the trauma energy. The energy of love and of acceptance and of loving and really seeing ourselves, the energy of our light and the vibration of that is way, way more powerful than trauma energy. So if we can feel the pull and the magnetism of the trauma energy this powerfully, we can tap into the energy, the healing energy of forgiveness, peace, and love for ourselves tenfold. We just need to be ignited to that. We just need the awareness of that. We just need to be able to get out, remove the emotions that are sitting on top of the trauma energy. We need to shine the light on the fact that there is trauma there in the first place. Allow ourselves to rage, allow ourselves to be angry. And then as soon as we do, get a relief from it and peace. So I have some affirmations for us. And then I'm just gonna answer some questions for you guys. I might pull a couple of cards, I'm not sure. Okay, so I want you to take a deep breath. And if you can, say them out loud. It's important to say them out loud. These are the same ones from my video the other day. I was gonna meditate for some new ones, but it wasn't necessary. They said that the ones from the other day need to be repeated over and over and over again. I am worthy. I am safe. I am powerful. I am grounded. I'm always supported. I hear a song on right now too. I want to turn it up. I'm healing lifetimes of wounds. I am patient with myself. I am peace. And I'm so fucking beautiful that I can't even stand it. Quan Yin is here today. She's the one that wanted me to do this in the first place. She is just in my voice. She's connected to, she's got codes encoded into my voice to activate healing and release for you. Connecting with the feeling in your body of love for yourself. What that means. What does that even feel like? How do I accept those words into my being when for so long I have been separate from my body? I've disassociated. My mind has disassociated from my body to protect me from the trauma. It's time to get back into our bodies, and she's showing us how to do that. The Reiki that's in this space, the words that are coming from my mouth, they're all encoded with the it's like a genome, the codes within your DNA that already know all of this stuff. Don't let the sun go down on me. God love Elton John. Although I've searched myself, it's always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of my life to be free. Hey guys, it's time to be free. That's what this is. That's what this release is. That's what this purge is. It's huge. It is really big. And embracing it right now, allowing yourself to be angry, allowing yourself to feel just not resentment, but just outrage. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I am not a victim. I am a creator of my reality. That's how I get to decide. I get to choose. You get to choose who you are every single day. You get to choose who's in your life every single day. You get to surrender to your full power. Look at the way that that lion is roaring. The energy that's coming through me right now, Quan Yin's energy is so soft. It's so compassionate. It's just so pink. But right now, she's like, it's time to rage in a way that is filled with light and freedom. That's what it is. I see you too, Lori. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. I've been saying this. I posted something on my community, on the community part of my page too the other day, that we're done playing small. I'm done dimming my light. I'm done dimming my light for myself because I'm afraid of my own light. Are you? I'm done playing it small. And in order to manifest things in your life, in order to have abundance, in order to have flow, in order to just be happy on a daily basis, we have to stop pretending that we don't have the power to do that for ourselves, that we need someone else to protect us. The universe is supporting us, and the universe does not play it small. I deserve all of these things. This outrage that we feel, that's the energy of it. It's like, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to not be mistreated. But do you really believe that? Can you, like, do you feel that though? That's what we're doing, is we're anchoring that down into this space right now. That outrage is shoving it down into your solar plexus and making you believe it. You're trying to convince everyone else that you deserve these things, that you deserve happiness, that you deserve union, that you deserve to be free of this oppressive hold. But do you really believe it? You have to believe it in order to step into the power of that. Otherwise, you're not ready yet. And that's why we're here, to support each other and to shine the light of that. If I believe that I'm ready for that and I say that to you, I'm reflecting back what you already know about yourself. You already know that. It's not just me and I'm leading the way and I'm going to tell you guys how to do it. I'm just reflecting back to you the fact that you already know you can do it. You already know your full power. We need you. There's so many of you out there that people are waiting for. They're waiting for your light. They're waiting for you to have an enormous impact on their lives just by seeing yourself and saying, fucking man, look at me. I've come so far and I get to decide what I do with my everyday life. That's right. Fired up right now. I love being around you guys. I love being connected to you guys. I can't wait to read these comments. I promise I will read them all afterwards. But I missed the connection in this space. I missed the sacred space here. I always have you guys in the sacred space of that here, but I can't describe to you what the energy of this is that I feel from you guys when I connect in this way. It's what fills me with this. I feel so free and comfortable and able to express the reflection of you. This is what's coming from inside of you guys because you trust me so much with delivering that to you. And I trust you with holding the space for me to do that. So apparently this is just going to be a big old love fest, guys. I love you. So surrender to your full power. Your life is calling. Another thing that I was getting from this card too, that I also, so if you haven't read that post that I posted on my community, the community section of my channel the other day, go back and read that because in the message that the message was channeled, it's about a piece of your soul that's calling to you right now. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power. There's a piece of you within you out there. It's a soul fragment that was lost during the trauma that it's calling for you. I bet you can hear it. You could hear it in the music. You can hear it in my voice. You can hear it when the birds sing. Spirit's being so like floaty right now, but you hear it in all the things. It's your voice. It's the voice of that piece of yourself that just wants to come home. All you have to do is call it home. You are magical motherfuckers. All you have to do is call it home. Now there's happy music on. What is this? Van Morrison. All right, so I want to answer some questions for you guys too. I would like to try to keep it connected to the energy of this and this healing and this issue that's coming up right now. But I'm open to what you guys want to talk about. Super chat is enabled. I first want to thank you guys so much for all the donations and all of the support that have come in. I'm so grateful, and it really helps to support the channel. All of the donations that come in directly go back to the channel. So I appreciate it. It's for you guys. So super chat is enabled. If you guys have any questions and you want to move them to the top of the list, just go ahead and hit the little $ down there underneath of the chat box and put a donation in. I'm going to scroll through these. Hi, Pian. I just want to scroll through the comments real quick and see who's here and breathe you in a little bit. Hi, Kate 13. So I did also I don't know if you guys know, there's a couple, I just started doing it in a couple of my readings, where at some point in the video, I let you know what emoji to put down in the comment box underneath of it if you've made it that far to the video. And I just choose a couple of people, I'm just guided by spirit, which ones are needing card pulls. And I'll just pull a card or two cards or whatever comes out and leave it right there in the comment. So just keep an eye out for that during the videos. And um, I appreciate you guys supporting me. It just shows that you have hung in there with me and you're connected with me. And it's just another aspect of what I want to be able to do for you guys and offer you, because there's a reason that you're being connected to me, even if it's just for a one card little message that is important for you in that moment. Paisley, I don't know if I set you up as the moderator, but I'm going to do that right now. Sorry. If you need to remove anybody, I can't imagine that you would need to remove anybody in here, but you never know. If you've been on all of my lives, there was one, I think it was the first one or the second one, we had a troll come in and it was pretty intense. So the Brooklyn Way, you said YouTube blew my mind several Friday evenings ago. It was a legit turning point. Are you talking about Lloyd and I being on together? We are planning on doing some more. I was just, if you guys don't know, I was just, thank you, Lori. I was just in England last week for a week, and we had planned on we had planned on all of this stuff. We planned on um, doing a live from there so that you guys could get a feel for us while we're together. I feel like that's another video that he and I are going to be doing, is talking about what our dynamic is when we're together, because it is not all sunshine and roses. It is not the fairy tale. It's this kind of work. It's hard work. We trigger each other all the time. He is my most intense mirror. And when something gets triggered, um, it does not go away until it comes out for some sort of healing. It's connected to trauma energy, to core wounds, to clearing out little tiny pieces and layers of my ego every single time, and it's mirrored on his side. So the awareness that we have in knowing that this trigger is, it's a trigger and it's coming, something is coming up for healing. It's not just that you said something and you pissed me off and that was it. This is also being mirrored on your side. So similar to my situation, what is it that's coming up for you too? He and I have almost the exact same situations from our childhoods, from our marriages, from, as the divine feminine, the feminines in his life affected him in a way and had the same things go on that I had in my marriage also, but it's flipped. So he then has the benefit of seeing things from my perspective within that situation with his wife or with whoever it was. And I have the benefit of that with you know, him and the masculine energy in my life throughout my entire life. He's been there. His energy has been there my entire life. Um, and so when we're together, it's, there's a lot of releases. There is a lot of healing going on back and forth. And we're only together for a week. It's intense. And I realized when I was there that normally these things would come out over a course of, you know, months and months and years of dating someone. But because we are in, you know, in different countries, when we get together for only a week at a time, the alchemy of our energy is like amplified and it is saturated, and the things that come up and the healing that happens within that time, it's like all piled on. So we do a lot of healing on each other also. And they're just, we didn't have any space for doing any kind of work really, except that all of that healing is work that we're doing for the collective too. We know that the potency of it is because we're transmuting all of those things for the collective. So yeah, he and I will probably do a live now that I'm back here and go over what more of that looks like. What union looks like. What does that even mean anymore? And what can you guys expect? What can you expect if you resonate with the way our journey is going as well? So I can answer some questions for you guys here today too. But I do think it's important for he and I to come on and answer those things together. I think it's important for everyone to hear the masculine perspective of it. So thank you for answering questions, Sue Paisley. Brooklyn Way. Yes, he has a big energy, right? He has such a big heart. He's so amazing. He's so patient. He's human and he's healing too, but he's so supportive and he just sees me. He really sees me, which is both fucking amazing and so terrifying at the same time. I have to tell you that that is part of the fairy tale that I just want to bust away, because the fact that he sees me and really just gets me is so vulnerable and terrifying that it triggers me. And it's one of the hardest things that I've had to deal with. And I think it's something that divine feminines and divine masculines should prepare for ahead of time, and to know about the way that that affects you. Okay, I'm just reading over your comments real quick. How did you get so amazing? God love you, Paisley. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the donations too. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna see. Paisley, if you could just let me know if there's any questions that are connected to those donations. That way I can address those first. That way I don't have to scroll back up again. I have ADD and I can't do that many things all at once. Magical motherfuckers. Yes, we are Kate 13. Thank you very much. Why isn't Romeo around anymore? He was, honestly, it's so funny that you say that too, because just leading up to trying to get connected on here, he was all over me. He kept jumping up and I was trying to work around him and I was having technical difficulties. And I just kept putting him down and putting him down. He kept jumping back up. He was so needy. I'm like, oh, you got to leave me alone for a little bit. And as soon as I came on here, he just left. It felt like the energy of kind of the subscribers and my people and everyone that has been calling to me and wanting to connect with me, and it felt like that kind of energy. It felt like it was building up to it, and you guys knew that I was coming on, that it was like, oh gosh, yes, we need to see your face, we need to connect with you, we need to connect with each other in this space. So it's funny how he kind of represents that for everybody too. I feel it. He's like one of my kids. You guys are all my kids and my people, and I just love it. I love that you said that too. Karen Sheridan, you're welcome. Thank you for my card pull and your message. It was very relevant and probably will be for the rest of my life. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I love connecting with the effect that it has on you guys and the resonance that you have with it. It helps me. It strengthens my confidence. It strengthens the power of the message that you have connected with it, and I could feel the light of it in your response too. So I appreciate that. Maybe I'm a man. Maybe I'm amazed is on right now. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Lori said, funny, my DM is texting now. Isn't that interesting? So when I talk about my divine masculine, his energy is being ushered in. I'm channeling it. And so if you connect with me, if you resonate with me and him on this journey, it's essentially collective divine masculine energy. So it's your divine masculine's energy too. Denora says, hi, I love your channel and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you. I'm happy to have you. Is it possible to have a message from Quan Yin cards? I don't have any Quan Yin cards, but I can, if you're saying to pull some from cards, yes, I can get a message from Quan Yin. The Beatles yesterday is on right now. And I was just actually talking to Paisley yesterday about that movie yesterday. And I love, love, love the Beatles. You know how I feel about music. But the Beatles especially. And the movie and the soundtrack, it was just so amazing. It's no coincidence that it's on right now. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't stay. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. No, long for yesterday. It feels like that's in divine masculine energy right now. That kind of message there. It's a little bit of regret for things that were said, for the way that you guys had interacted, for it's like acting out of trauma energy. He can't control, he's not in his body, he's not in his mind. He can't control the things that had come out, but he thinks about it afterwards. And he just really is longing to get that time back and to take, it's like to take back what he said. That's a message for someone specifically. Karen shared it. Your songs you mentioned are always relevant too in some way. Songs are so powerful in connection between us all. Yeah, our energy is a vibration. Your energy is a vibration. Resonate with me. Resonance is vibration. So your vibration matches mine, or in any one of these moments, it matches with the message that's meant for you. Music is a vibration too, and there are messages within those vibrations. In some ways, the vibration of the words that they're singing, the intention behind those words were created in order to resonate with you and be of the same vibration as you right now, to bring something up, to trigger the emotion connected to this song, to those words, to those intentions that were created in the vibration of them singing them or writing them down. When writing them down and then singing them, creating them, putting them into action, it all had a purpose. It's so amazing to think that when they thought of these lyrics, the words in connection with the way that the music is tied into them too, was meant for you right now as you're listening to it. It was meant for you, whether they knew it or not. They know that it's meant to connect with, a lot of their fans, but you specifically, it's so amazing the way that they work. All right, so I am going to get a message from Quan Yin. Also, Rosa says, I feel like I'm on top of the world, yet universe brings me reminders. Too many lately. Before it was messages for personal growth. Now it's divine masculine memories. Reminders of him. Why now? That's a good question. The song that's on right now is You Can Go Your Own Way. You can go your own way. And they're telling me choices. You get to make your own choices. There are reminders of the past that are coming up because they want us to witness ourselves from back then. If you have specific memories of your divine masculine from a certain time, I want you to think about who you were at that time. Think about who you were at that exact time, and you can go your own way. I keep hearing that too. And witness yourself, witness who you were back then, not just your divine masculine, not just what you're remembering about him or your relationship or the connection between you guys, but who you were at that time. And then I want you to compare that to who you are now, what you've learned, the positive things that you have picked up since then. What have you learned since then? What could you right now tell that person, tell yourself back then that would shine some light on whatever it was that you were experiencing. Whether it was a really beautiful memory, and the thing that you would tell yourself is to really be present to it, sit in the middle of that and connect with the power of that instant of pure love. It goes by so fast, it's fleeting sometimes. And so just for a minute, pay attention to this second when the clock turns 444 and you guys look at each other that way. Pay attention, just pay attention real quick, because watch, it's going to be amazing. That knowing that you have now gives you the ability to send healing back to that person, and it ripples forward to you and the healing that you're doing right now. These memories are coming up for a reason, but every single person is your mirror. And so when you think about someone else or a memory of someone else at a different time, it's so hard to bring that back into ourselves and realize that it's really not about them, it's about us. We need them as mirrors in order to hold on to that, in order to recognize it. But I'm telling you right now, if you think about those moments and think about who you were, it is an amazing opportunity for healing, for release, for observing, and for shining the light of this awareness, of these eyes, this ascended higher consciousness awareness back to that place and send healing to it. It's amazing. And it sucks all at the same time. There's a lot of pain that we're going back and healing, but it all has a purpose. It's not too many lately. The more reminders that you're being given, they're all messages for personal growth. Just because they're not written out as obvious signs of personal growth, it's all about personal growth. That's what this journey is. That's what it is. Kate 13, thank you so much for your donation, and you're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna get a Quan Yin message. What deck do I need for the Quan Yin message? What do I need? All right. So this one is, I'm sure you guys know it, the Spirit Messages Oracle deck. Daily guidance, something that you need to focus on right now. She also wants me to pull another one from the Power of Surrender deck. Oh, Carrie, don't say that. There are so many messages that go by here, and as I scroll up to go and see all of the messages, I don't even watch the feed as I'm talking or as I'm channeling either. It's I can't focus on the channel when I do that. You're not missed. I see you there. I see you now. And there's a reason that your comment has stood out to me right now. There's a reason that you're feeling that way. There's a reason that feeling of not being seen is coming up right now. So don't go anywhere. Don't abandon yourself, and don't abandon, I'm not abandoning you. This is all for you. This is, you're being triggered to see that right now. It's come to my awareness that part of my role in this collective and as a voice right now is to trigger people, to reflect back shadows, to reflect back things that need healing for the highest and greatest good, in order to be able to make room and peel away layers for your light to shine through. So just know that moving forward too, that if you tune into my channel, if you watch a reading, if you connect with me in some way, there is a chance that you are going to be triggered. And here on this channel, we use them as launching points. I embrace them in order to be able to help your light shine so bright. Right now, I'm reflecting back to you your feeling of being invisible. Always putting yourself out there, always being there, always supporting, always being present, and not being seen for that. That's part of what is coming up for you right now. It's not about, so for you, it's about self-worth. It's about your worth. And one of the programs that we're clearing right now is worth in connection to money. And it is being abolished. The importance of money connected to self-worth is completely being abolished, and we don't put importance on that, other than to say that the donations that come through on this channel are all going back to the channel. They're all going in support of the channel. So I'm gonna pull a card. Quan Yin card. Carrie, there's something else coming up for you too. Carrie, there's something else coming up for you too. And they're telling me that you want to ask me something. If you're still here, they're telling me that you want to ask me something that I can answer directly for you right now. Okay. All right. Thank you. Quan Yin is so powerful. God love her. Rosa said, thank you. I resonate. I'm no longer that person back then. Reminder of how powerful I am now. The importance is to notice those differences. Notice the changes, notice the positive changes, notice the negative changes, and make yourself a list of healing and a list of affirmations. And repeat them to yourself every single day. Dorothy said, man, she's telling the truth. One time I missed a live with her in her DM and still felt my chakras being healed. Then watched the clip the next day and was like, wow. Yeah, so energy is timeless. We are outside of space and time right now. And energy moves where it needs to go, when it needs to go there. It will always be transferred and affect you. And that has a lot to do with the amount of work that I've done in order to empower myself, in order to step fully into my power and be a powerful healer, and him too. But it also has to do with your ability to receive and your ability to feel and integrate that healing coming your way. So give yourself credit for that too. It's actually coming up for me as related to other things. Cross-watching game reel. Thank you, Brooklyn Way. Okay, so Carrie, if you're not here, or if you're not here, then you don't hear me right now. Maybe if you come back later, you're going to hear me too. Just email me. Okay, so Quan Yin, first card that came out is Trust. The song that's on is Can You Feel the Love Tonight? This is like what we were talking about with going back in time and suggesting to yourself, shining the light and awareness on your previous self and sending the healing to that. So I'm listening right now. Hi, Crystal. Thank you so much. Can you feel the love tonight? Can you feel the love tonight? This is connected to that sadness that I was talking about too. The Reiki energy that we were just talking about, it's not kicking in again because it's here all of the time, but some people are accessing that, the healing for that sadness right now too. I feel an underlying current of it is, I just want love. I just want to be loved. I just want to experience this. This journey is so hard. What is the point of it all? Why do we keep going through all of this? Why do we always need healing? And I just want to be happy and feel love and just be able to feel it. So this trust card is coming out. This Quan Yin energy is coming back through again. If you don't know what Karuna energy is, I would look that up and tap into the description of it, and that's what this feels like right now. That's what the energy is that's flowing. That's infused in the Reiki. If you're feeling those kind of underlying, that sad current, tap into that right now and just allow yourself to receive it. It's going to help in that heart space. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. This has a lot to do with your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path, releasing things and people that no longer serve you. That's what that is. Can you feel the love tonight? Can you feel the underlying current of love in the people that you choose to allow into your life? And if you can't, if it's hard to see, if it's hard to feel, if you can't even see the connection with that, it's time to release some people, and it's also time to release yourself and set yourself free. Set yourself free in being able to receive that love or to let go of the love that is not there. Inspire passion. Life devoid of passion can be boring, uninspired, blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. This is another thing that I'm talking about. In connection with, there are some of you out there that are connected to partners that have karmic partners connected to trauma energy, trauma bonds in your life that you know need to be severed and released from your life. It's just so, so, so hard to do. Looking back on who you were when you were with them, or even just who you were yesterday. Some of you, it's a lot smaller than that. Who you were just yesterday. What have you learned within that one day? What can you turn around and say to yourself yesterday that you can shine the light on about who you were just then? There are things that you're seeing on a daily basis. There's energies that you're experiencing on a daily basis that are feeding you with the knowledge that you need. They are igniting light codes within you in order to inspire passion within you, to know that you deserve better. You deserve pure love. You are pure love. And surrounding yourself with those people who inspire that in you is a brave thing to do. It's full of trust in the universe, and sometimes getting to that point, trusting the universe is the only way to do that. Trust me when I'm telling you that your intuition is not lying to you. Your inner knowing, your gut is telling you where you need to go. It is giving you the guidance that you need. Your ego is fighting back against that when the trauma energy is holding on tight to it. I don't want to let go of this person, because if I do, then what? There's so much pain connected to it. There's an underlying current of love that we are not feeling, we're not paying attention to. And part of this healing is sending out the energy of that. That Karuna energy is the underlying current energy of pure, unconditional love and compassion for each other that is powerful enough to overtake the energy of this trauma bond, of the magnetic trauma energy that is a veil over your eyes that stops you from seeing yourself. It is that powerful if you just trust me, trust your people around you, and trust your knowing. I'm reflecting back to you what you already know within you. Now is the time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. Thank you very much, Quan Yin. All right. Snow White, hi. How are you? Thank you for the support. Thank you, Paisley. I just removed him. We can go back and delete those messages too. Okay, I have just a couple of messages or just a couple of minutes left. And anyone else? Alicia. Everyone comes here for a reason. Let's not get distracted. I always get so distracted by that. Like I'm trying to remove them and I don't need to. I'm sure Paisley, you know how to do that. But there was a reason that I needed to delete that comment right there. Like I said in the very beginning of this is a sacred space. The energy of that doesn't affect me, and I hope that it doesn't affect you guys. I want you to know that the message in the very beginning of forgiveness to the abuser, that person is running templates and running programs that are connected to some sort of trauma energy for him also. So I send him off with love and healing and compassion and karuna, and I really hope for his healing, not only for himself, but for all of the people around him that he affects. So it's important that we send him off with loving, supportive energy, as we send him off. And still create boundaries around this space. And yeah. Anybody else? Do we have any other questions? Something that I can answer before I go? I think I have about 5 more minutes. Thank you guys. Thank you, Alicia. So for me, one of the hard things too is one of the things that I've been healing most is the fact that I know that I trigger people. I know that I reflect back shadows, and it has a purpose. I'm meant to do that. As an empath, the guilt that I feel and knowing that that happened, and that I'm connected to some sort of pain that was brought up for them is hard for me to process. I don't need to process it. I don't attach to it, but it's in the back of my mind, and I think, I wish Carrie would come back in here. But I know that it is for her highest and greatest good. But anyway, I draw off of that compassionate, that karuna energy for myself, and have compassion for myself as an empathic being, and I'm patient with myself, and I'm proud of connecting with people in that way, that I want the best for her, and that it affects me. I just wanted to bring that up too, because I feel like some of you are affected by the energy of other people. We're all empaths, and it's hard to process sometimes, when it's hard to not take things personally when it's in connection to someone else's pain. But I hold all of you guys in so much light when it comes to that, and I hold myself in light and compassion for myself when that happens. I just wanted to put. Okay. Rose. Okay, thank you, Alyssa. She said, thank you, Hawk. May I and the collective have a card message of encouragement on our twin flame journey, of course. Carrie asked about her spiritual ascension and why her DM is ghosting her. Well, I'm hoping that we don't do any personal ones. There's a reason why all people ghost, or whoever it is that ghosts. There's a reason why they ghost. But I also don't like the power of the energy that we put into the word ghost. It is connected to trauma. It's connected to giving our power away and relying on the outcome of someone texting us or calling us back. I don't like the power that we give to the word ghosting. I wanted to put that out. Okay, so the card that I pulled as a card of encouragement for the collective, like she had mentioned, is Goddess of the Moon, number 52, which is also the number 7 card. So they're reminding me about the number 7. Some of you, they're encouraging you to do some inner child work and connect with your 7-year-old, your inner 7-year-old. There's something that happened when you were 7, or that time period needs to be supported. It needs to be held. That child is that voice out there calling for you also, in order to be seen and held. So whether it's that something happened when you were 7 years old and you just haven't seen it, or you don't know it yet. I just got a notification on my phone. For some of you, it's something around drugs or alcohol or addiction, something like that. There's something that happened to you when you were 7 that you need to shine the light on, and your 7-year-old needs some support. The energy of the divine feminine in this, the power that you harness within your third eye, your ability to see clearly, your ability to tap into your intuition, it's needed right now. It's also holding things up right now. It's like I don't think that we give each other and ourselves enough credit for the light that our sight and our awareness is shining on the issues in the collective. We're talking about massive trauma energies and programs and templates that are being revealed in the divine masculine collective right now. We are shining the light on that. Our seeing, our sight, our light is shining the light on that right now. We're not giving ourselves enough credit for witnessing them, for witnessing ourselves, and for holding the space for this entire collective, but especially for the divine masculine collective, and for each other, us in here. The encouragement on this twin flame journey is the fact that you are a powerful divine feminine. You're powerful divine feminine. You have so much power. You have so much magic in you to bring light and healing to this world right now. Look at what she's doing. She's like created this ball of powerful, pure light energy. That's the power that she has within her. You know what she did? She brought that right from within herself, and now she's holding it up, observing it for herself, honoring it for herself, and showing it to the world like, this is what we are capable of, and this is what is going to heal the earth. Wow, that was powerful. Thank you very much for that. All right, guys. 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Salma. I promise I am going to go back and review and look at all of these comments. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. If you need to, or if you missed the very beginning of this video, you might want to go back and take a look at what we talked about in the beginning, and the channeled message that I relayed. And if you haven't already, set the intention to receive the healing Reiki energy within the space. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm here. I'm supporting you. My divine masculine is supporting you, and you are supporting you. Any light that you see in me is a reflection of you. Hallelujah is on the music right now. Hallelujah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, okay?